the same mainstream media that told us that Donald Trump would never, ever, 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 ever win an election. Not even win an election. Would never win a primary. Not even win a primary. The same folks that told us that Donald Trump would never win a caucus, you would never see him polling better than other Republicans. This is back in 2015. This same mainstream media. I just reflect on this, and I remember it clearly. I'm elephantine on these things. I remember. In 2015, we were told at the beginning of the year that Donald Trump was never running for president. Donald Trump is using this to elevate his entertainment platform, we were told. And then Donald Trump came down the escalator. And the media laughed it off and considered it a clown show and said, oh, yeah, that's all well and good. Donald Trump will be in and out within 2 months. There's no way he's making it to a debate stage. There's no way Donald Trump stays in this thing over 2 months. Ha, 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 ha. And he did. And he made it to a debate stage. Well, he's going to get the floor wiped with him. He will be destroyed on that debate stage. He will be dispatched of. The other, how many were there? Like 16 other Republican candidates in 2015. I remember this, folks. They laughed at him. They sloughed him off as a clown, as a buffoon. Meanwhile, he struck a chord with the American people. The themes that Donald Trump the themes that he chose to discuss on the campaign trail resonated with the American people. And he had an ability through social media platforms and other avenues, and because of his veritable name ID, he cut through the media clatter. He spoke in a way that the media could not compartmentalize. He spoke in a way that the media could not shift in terms of the narrative to their own liking or to their own purposes. He cut them out of the process and used them in the process for his own purposes. And so they laughed at him and they let him use them, and they had him on their programs, and they said, well, okay, sure, this is all well and good. He can blah, blah, blah on a debate stage. I suppose he's an entertainer after all, but it's not like he's going to lead in the polls or anything. And then suddenly he was leading in the polls. And then they told us, well, it's not like he's actually going to win a primary or anything. And then he started winning primaries. Imagine that. Well, it's not like he's going to be, come on, guys. It's not as if he's going to be the candidate for the Republican Party. I mean, God. Oh, what, he won? What? Well, it's not as if he's going to beat Hillary Clinton. She's one of the most accomplished politicians on the face of the earth. She's one of the most esteemed statesmen, people in the United States of America. This was a former First Lady, a former United States Senator from New York, Murphy. This was the Secretary of State. There's no way he's beating her. And then he did. And their heads exploded. Their heads exploded. They hate Donald Trump. CNN, ABC, NBC, MSNBC, CBS, CNBC, The Washington Post, The New York Times, The Boston Herald. I could go on and on about the various media platforms on the internet. From now until 3 o'clock, I could list them. They hate him because he beats them, and he doesn't need them. Every other politician, regardless of their political affiliation, they believe need them. And it feeds their enormous, insatiable egos. Up until Donald Trump, and I'm just trying to help you understand what I believe is the genesis of this anger and this vitriol and the desire to up the rhetoric to an 11. They can't help themselves because nothing else has worked. Oh, we got the Billy Bush audio. This'll destroy him. Oh, we've got that. That'll destroy him. Oh, we've got this. This'll destroy him. Oh, we'll throw that at him. That'll destroy him. Call him a dictator. Call him a racist. Call him a sexist. Call him a xenophobe. And nothing works. Nothing works. And they hate him for it. And it galvanizes in their mind that he must be destroyed. And it is for no other reason. It has nothing to do with his politics. It has nothing to do with their belief that he's some sort of dictator. It has everything to do with their power, their control, and their egos. That's why they hate him. And frankly, it's a big reason why I love him. They hate the fact that they cannot use him to control you. One of the greatest memes in the modern era is one of Donald Trump sitting, black and white photo, looking at the camera. And the meme says, "They're not after me. They're after you. I'm just in the way." That's true, folks. That's not rhetoric. That's true. The political left and their minions, their sycophants in the mainstream media want to transform the United States of America. And they get assistance regularly from mealy-mouthed, squishy establishment Republicans. And so while a George W. Bush presidency might be a little bump in the road in terms of their ultimate desires, it is just that. It's a pothole easily fixed on the highway to socialism. And then a barricade came along in the name of Donald Trump. And so they call him a dictator.